Make today iconic. What is up, guys? It's Upcomb Sports back with another realistic rebuild here on my channel. In this one, we're doing a Philadelphia 76ers Jimmy Butler rebuild. As you guys may know, Jimmy Butler has just been traded to the Philadelphia 76ers for, I believe, 2 players, might have been 3, and a second-round pick. And they also got back Justin Patton, I believe, in the trade. I'll do the trade in 2K so you guys can see the exact trade, but here are the settings for all my realistic rebuilds if you guys want to pause those. So here's the actual trade that went down. Dario Saric, Robert Covington, and Jared Bayless, and a second-round pick in the future for Jimmy Butler and also Justin Patton. What do I think of this trade? I think it's a very good trade for both teams. The Sixers needed a wing who could shoot, playmaker, can play defense, and he's pretty much a bona fide star. But the Timberwolves, they needed to trade him. This is the most value they could get, apparently. I would have taken the 4 first-round picks from the Rockets that apparently they were offering, but they did not choose that. So they get 2 solid starters back and also a second-round pick. So here's what the team is looking like after that trade. Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler, and Ben Simmons. 3 guys we're going to build around for the rest of this video. We're going to offer Jimmy Butler a max deal, and he should accept that. But I like this team's bench also. We do need a couple more shooters, but we are not going to start Markelle Fultz like they're doing in real life. We are going to start JJ Redick, and Fultz can take over the bench unit. I think that'll be better for the team. So for this season, Stephen Curry wins the MVP. On the Warriors, Trae Young, Rookie of the Year. Tyreke Evans, 6th man. Kawhi, Defensive Player. Ricky Rubio, Most Improved. And Steve Kerr, Coach of the Year. But let's see if Ben Simmons makes an All-NBA team. Averaging around the same numbers. A little bit more points. Did go down in assists, but Jimmy Butler probably has the ball in his hands a lot more. So that would make sense. Embiid also on the All-NBA 3rd team. So pretty impressive. Jimmy Butler did not make a team though. They were the 4th seed, so definitely an improvement. They did win a little bit less games than last year though, but that's fine. It's the first year. Chemistry is probably a little bit down. Bucks in the first round, very tough matchup. Giannis against Jimmy Butler and Embiid. Here are the player stats on the season. You guys can see Jimmy Butler had a very solid season. Obviously, they're going to have to share the ball on this team, and everyone's going to benefit. But Fultz averaging 12 points, not too bad. So here in the first round, we are up 3-2 on the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's see if we can close it out in 6 games, or if it's going to go to a game 7. It would be in Philadelphia. We do win in 6 games, so Giannis absolutely going crazy. Probably will be the MVP in the next couple of seasons, but very all-around game from the Sixers. So here in the second round, we are going to end up probably losing. We're down 3-1 to the Raptors, but we'll see what happens. And they do end up taking us down in 5 games. Kyle Lowry with 30 points. Yeah, that's not realistic whatsoever. Unless he proves it this year, Kyle Lowry usually chokes in the playoffs. But Jimmy Butler coming up pretty big. Wasn't enough. I don't know why the Raptors are overpowered, but so it's going to be a Raptors-Warriors finals, and let's see who's going to win it all. Probably the Raptors. Actually, the Warriors this time by 6 games. DeMarcus Cousins finals MVP. So here in the draft lottery, if the Kings pick falls to 1, it is ours, but it does not. So we do need a good power forward, and there's a couple of prospects in this draft, so we're going to try to trade up with Portland, and we'll throw them like 2 or 3 second-round picks to go up to 20. So they should do that. It's not too much of a jump, and they also get 3 second-round picks, apparently, is what they're probably going to do. So with the 20th pick, we are going to pick up Rui Hachimura out of Gonzaga, I believe is how you say it. But He's going to be a nice power forward, probably one of the most NBA ready. And we also get a steal in the second round. Chris Wilkes out of UCLA. Should be a stud for us. Probably should have gone in the first round, but he'll be a nice prospect. Probably he'll spend some time in the G League. So here's the roster for the second season. Ben Simmons is now the best player according to 2K. Jimmy Butler is also a 92. So we've got 3 92s on this team. He did sign the max deal that we offered him, so he'll be here for the rest of this video. And Zaire Smith sat out last season because of his injuries, but he might get some minutes this season, or he might be in the G League. Don't know yet. But here's the rotation. Fultz is still going to come off the bench. Let's see what happens. So Stephen Curry is going to win another MVP back-to-back. RJ Barry Rookie of the Year, and Klay Thompson Most Improved. Mike D'Antoni Coach of the Year. Let's see if Ben made it on an All-NBA team. Embiid is on the All-NBA team. Pretty solid numbers all around. Looks like Ben Simmons and Jimmy Butler did not make it, but they were the 1 seed, so it was just a matter of getting the chemistry down and just learning to play with each other, and now they're really taking off. But we are playing the Bucks again in the first round, so that's going to be another tough matchup. Jimmy Butler, pretty much the same numbers. Ben Simmons, definitely improving from last season. Markelle Fultz, off the bench, not too bad. So here in the first round, it is a very tough matchup. We're down 3-2 right now, so we're hoping to send it to a Game 7 in Philadelphia. Right now, we're in Milwaukee, so it's going to be very tough against Giannis. And it's not looking too good right now. And we do get eliminated in 6 games by the Bucks. I don't know how they were the 8th seed, but apparently 2K thinks that the 8th seed is going to beat the 1 seed in 6 games. And there you guys see the stats. So the Raptors are back in the finals against the Rockets this time. Let's see if they're actually going to win it. They're up 2-3-1. They do end up winning. Kawhi Leonard Finals MVP. So for the third season, this is the team. Joel Embiid is now the best player on the team, but they're pretty much the same overall. We did sign JaMychal Green again. JJ Redick back on the team. He's probably going to be here for the rest of the video until he retires. But here's the rotation. Ben Simmons at point, and Markelle Fultz is going to start now at shooting guard. We'll give him a try there. Let's see what happens. So James Harden's going to win the MVP, averaging 34 points and 9 assists. Insane numbers. Colin Sexton Most Improved, and Brett Brown for the Sixers. That's us. Coach of the Year, winning 60 games. So Ben Simmons on an All-NBA team. Well deserved. And it looks like Embiid and Butler did not make a team, but again, the number 1 seed. So definitely looking like a dynasty at this point. And we'll be playing the Chicago Bulls in the first round. Probably not as tough as the Bucks, but can never be too confident. Here you guys see the stats. Embiid, Butler, and Ben Simmons putting up pretty solid numbers. Fultz as the starter, not too impressive, but it'll get the job done. So here in the first round, we're up 3-0 on the Bulls, as I expected. Let's see if we can sweep them. They do get a game here. Zach LaVine putting up some pretty impressive numbers. This team probably will make some noise in a couple of years once they start to develop and hit their primes, but Jimmy Butler not too good in that game. But we are going to win here in 5 games, taking down the Chicago Bulls. Pretty good games from JJ Redick off the bench, Markelle Fultz as well. Checking out the team stats, we were the number 10 offense, and then we were the number 1 defense. So for some reason, the Bucks seem to have our number. We're down 3-1 to them in the second round, so it's going to take a monumental effort to come back here. But we do win this game, so it's a 3-2 series now. We're going to need some big play out of Ben Simmons and Jimmy Butler. Also Embiid, but Giannis is just pretty much getting whatever he wants right now. I would think that Hachimura, the second-year guy, is playing defense on Giannis. at the power forward, so it makes sense, but we're going to need him to step it up. Game 7 here. Let's see what happens. It is in Philadelphia, so we have the advantage, and we do end up winning here, so great comeback, and we'll be moving on to the conference finals. Pretty big game from Hachimura here, also Markelle Fultz. Giannis had 32 points, 11 rebounds. Kent Bazemore, 24 points on the Bucks now. So here in the conference finals, we're tied at 2 games apiece. Let's see who's going to win this critical game. Game 5. It is in Toronto, I believe. Or it might, I'm not too sure, but it looks like we are going to win here. So that was a big game, 117-101. It looks like Ben Simmons has been having a pretty good playoff so far. Embiid's not too having that great of a playoffs, but yeah, Kawhi Leonard, we know he goes off in this 2K19 sim. And we do end up winning that game as well, so 4-2. And we'll be moving on to the NBA Finals. Probably playing the Warriors, I would imagine, or the Thunder. So here in the NBA Finals, we're playing actually the Houston Rockets, who were here last year. We do win Game 1. And our young power forward leading the way in scoring. Ben Simmons, 22 and 14. Also 6 assists. James Harden and Chris Paul have been going off, averaging insane numbers. But we're going to go up 2-0 here. So we'll have a comfortable lead for now. There you guys can see JJ Redick with a pretty nice game. James Harden, also insane. Yeah, he's been going off from the three-point line as well. But 3-0 for now. So I would say it's in the bag, but it is 2K, so there is a chance they could come back. But we'll take it one game at a time and see what happens. Game 4. Let's see what happens. It is in Houston, I believe. So we'll have to take one on the road. And we don't end up winning this one, so it'll be a 3-1 series now. We just got to win 1 out of 3. 1 game out of 3. Should be pretty easy. So in this game 6 in Philadelphia, let's see if we can get it done. It looks like we don't get it done here. So we'll have to go to a game 7. Game 6. The other one was game 5. My bad, but James Harden's been unbelievable in this run. So game 6. Let's see what's going to go down. We have a huge lead in the 4th. I'm probably going to jump in for some gameplay right now. So we're up big on the Rockets here in this closeout game for the championship. So I'm just going to try to get some buckets. Jimmy Butler. Let's just drive and get a bucket. Go up big. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, that was not a great shot, but let's just play some defense. Actually, let's get the starters in. Let's get our subs in. Get a little Ben Simmons action. Yeah, this team outside of James Harden and Chris Paul, not too good at all. They do have Clint Capella, but he's more of a defensive player. Oh, he does not make that. Embiid with a good board. Get it to Ben Simmons. Back out to Embiid. Greeners. Great shot. I did not think he was going to hit that. That was on the run. But Embiid's pretty talented. And oh, good block, Ben. Was that Ben? Might have been Fultz. But let's get a shot here for Jimmy Butler. We'll run a play. Not something I do often, but give me that screen. Oh, that's a pretty good shot. Does not go in. It was only lightly contested. But let's see if we can play defense. And he gets the and one here. And that's going to do it. The Philadelphia 76ers with Jimmy Butler are going to win the championship. Looking like a great trade from 2K's perspective. I'll let you guys watch the ceremony. So in this game, James Harden with 10 assists and over 20 points. Omri Caspi, the second leading scorer. Chris Paul did not play good at all. But Joel Embiid went off. Yeah, he just went off this whole playoffs. Jimmy Butler also coming up big. Markelle Fultz. So Ben Simmons is the finals MVP. That's going to probably do it for this video. So that's going to do it for this rebuild. Let me know what you guys thought of this team. Let me know what you guys thought of the Jimmy Butler trade. Who did you think won, the Timberwolves or the Sixers? Or maybe even both. I'll be doing some more videos on maybe the clutch performer simulations. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe for some more videos.
Never get to me. Bring out the Brxnks Truck. I'm young, flying ice up. 100-yard dash. I had to run my price up. Boss your life up.